Hello there, this is Trey Pickard, and the game that I have out for today is called Pure Sabacc. Now, I got this game with a little touch of blackjack, poker, and a game that I was looking at a movie in. The name of the movie was Solo, a Star Wars story, and that's how I got the idea of this game. The game was being played in the movie, and I kind of liked the concept of it, so I had a little bit of blackjack, poker, and my own touch and some of my own rules. I added that in this game, and then this is what I got. This game was created on February the 6th, 2019. The number of players you can use for this game are 2 to 4 players. The estimated time of play for this game is 5 to 15 minutes. The suggested ages for this game are ages 13 and up, simply because the game's rules are complex, and when they start to get complex, kids that are of younger age, they will kind of lose track of focus, and they'll lose track of where they are within the game, so it'll get kind of confusing for them. So that's why we say 13 plus for this game. And language dependence for this game is English, and this is how you play Pure Sabacc. So all cards are worth their given amount from 1 through 10. Positive is for black cards, and negative is for red cards. So let's say we have, boom, right here, this black 9. Okay, the number for this card is 9, and then the color for this card is black, so it'd be a positive 9, because remember, the black cards are positive but the red ones are negative, so this would be a positive 9. And now we're gonna find the negative card. So the number for this card is 4, but the color for this card is red, which means it would be a negative 4. So this card is a negative 4, and this card is a positive 9 because it is black and the number is 9. Positive 9, and then negative 4. And the face cards values are as follows. So the jacks right here, these are worth 11. Now remember, this is a red jack, it's not a black jack. So if it was black, it would be positive 11. But because it's red, it's negative 11. This queens are worth 12 points. Now since this queen is red, it is negative. So this is a negative 12 because it's a red queen. If it was black, it would be positive. But this is a negative queen that is worth 12 points. The kings, they are worth 13 points. Now this is a positive king because it is a black card, so it would be positive king. If it was red, it would be negative. This ace, now the aces is where it starts to get kind of tricky. If an ace is black, it is worth 14 points. But if an ace is red, it is worth 1 point. So since this ace is black, it is worth 14 points. If it was red, it would be worth 1 point. And all the jokers are worth 0 points. Now all hands are determined by the sum of the card values in your hand. So let's get into the meat of Pure Sabacc and what this game is about. So the winning hand is the hand that gets closest to or exactly positive or negative 23 without going over at all. If you go over positive or negative 23, and you are automatically out. Now a hand with exactly 23 or negative 23 is a Pure Sabacc, meaning you have won the game. Now another way that you can win this game is if we went out of cards, whoever is closest to positive or negative 23 will be the winner. Now, if a literal 23 is a symbol from any type of 2 or any type of 3 and a joker, this is called a joker's array. And the joker's array beats the Pure Sabacc. So if you are able to get this joker's array, then you automatically win the game. And this is what a joker's array would look like. Any 2 or 3 can be a symbol to create a joker's array and a joker. So if you have a positive or a negative 2 or a positive or negative 3, it doesn't matter. And then you have a joker, you have your 2, you have your 3, and then you have your joker. And this is a joker's array. This is what it looks like. This beats the Pure Sabacc, and this will win you the game. Now we're going to go through a dry run of a Pure Sabacc game. So each player is dealt 2 cards at the beginning of the game. And the youngest player starts off going first. Now each player can decide whether to hit, which means you request another card, to stand, meaning you don't make any action in that round, or to trade, trading in one of your cards for a new card out of a reshuffled deck. So if you decide to trade, then you give me your card, and then I will reshuffle the deck of cards from the dealer's deck, and then I'll reshuffle them, and then I'll give you the card that's at the top after I reshuffle it. Now, if a player at any point of the game hits exactly 0 points, let's say you have a black 10 and a red 10. Well, a black 10 would mean it's a positive 10, and a red 10 would mean it's a negative 10. So 10 minus 10, that's 0. If you hit 0, then you're automatically out. You lose the game if you hit 0. You bomb out. So, let's say this side is the younger player. This is the youngest player. If you take a look at their cards, they have a black 5 and a red 4. Remember, blacks are positive, reds are negative. 5 minus 4, 1. This player has 1 point, and you're trying to get to either positive or negative 23. Or by the time you run out of cards, you're trying to be closer than your opponent. Now this player has a black 9, meaning they have a positive 9, they have a joker, which is 0 points. So, if they just ended up with this joker alone at some point in the game, or if they ended up with this joker alone at some point in the game, or they ended up with 2 jokers at any point in the game, they would be out because they have 0 points. But this 9 saved them. This gives them 9 points. They have a black 9 and they have a regular joker. So they have 9 points. The joker adds no value to your points. So, we're going to start off with the younger player on this side. Okay, I'm going to ask them, I'm the dealer, I'm going to ask the player, do you want to hit, stand, or do you want to trade in one of your cards? Let's say they would like to hit. So I'm going to pick up a card from the deck, and I'm going to give it to them. This is a 6. So this is what we're going to do. We had the 5, we had the 4. Boom, 5 minus 4, 1. And then we add this card in there, which is a 6. So then we're going to add this card back to the total. So 6 plus 1 is just 7. So now this player totals out at 7. Now that we have that. Okay. Now we're going to ask this player over here. Do you want to hit, stand, or do you want to trade in? Let's say that they would like to stay the way that they are. They don't want to do anything. They want to stay where they are. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to make any move this round. You can stay exactly where you are. Now we go back over here to this player. And I asked them, do you want to hit, stand, or trade? And they told me that they want to trade. Okay. So now we're going to make a trade. They're going to give me one of their cards. And I'm going to take a card from the deck. And I'm going to take a card from a reshuffled deck. I'm going to reshuffle this deck and take the card from the top and give it to them. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to reshuffle the deck. And now let's say that the card that they gave me was this red 4. Okay, so the red 4 will go away. Boom, this is no longer a part of the game. These red 4s are no longer part of the game. So boom, now they have their new set of cards. A 6, a 5, and a 4. This is their new set of cards. They have an 11, and then you're going to add 4 back, which would give them 15. Now this player totals out at 15, and this player still has 9. And that is just a dry run of pure Sabacc, just showing you guys what it would look like. And you're going to keep going on and on until somebody either hits positive 23 or negative 23, or by the time you're out of cards, whoever's closest will win the game.